Sup playas? Beto's already doing some sketchy shit. He's taking his lift kit off his fucking truck right now.
Not lift kit, stock springs.
He's taking off his stock springs. I think this is the old one already?
This is a new one.
Oh, this is the old one.
Well, the new old one, this is what used to be on my car.
Yeah, when his car was actually slammed before, that's what it had before. And then these are his fucking truck. I think he took these off his Silverado or something. I don't know what are those from. But yeah. So now he's putting these lowering springs back on it so he could drop the front end of the car so he could start working on the front flares. Put it back to where his ride height that he wants it to be at so we could start cutting into this thing and adding the flares. So it's about to get real, guys. Real scary actually.
It ain't loose yet.
I don't know what he's doing over here.
Back up, that shit ain't loose. You never seen the meme? Nothing scarier than oil. It ain't loose. This is about to. It's gonna sit down and pop the fenders out and Widebody itself.
What are those springs? Lowering springs?
2-inch lowering springs.
2-inch lowering. They're UMI?
Yeah.
2-inch UMI lowering springs. And the truck springs are out. So let's see what it looks like.
Low, player.
Damn!
Ring set. Give it a second.
Wow, why didn't you just drive it like that? So has travel.
Bitch.
There's your goal. Look, you're tucking tire now.
One bump and it's fucking done.
Damn, you look so much cooler like this.
If you lower 2 inches in the back's gonna be lower than the front.
Oh, you're saying to not put the blocks?
No, you're gonna put them.
Oh, so then what are you
It
saying?
might level it, huh?
Maybe.
Okay, but he still has 2-inch drop blocks.
I know.
But I could put air in the back to even it
True.
out.
Yeah, just to lift it a tiny bit.
To square it. Alright, players. Pretty confusing. We're just looking at it for a few minutes right now and trying to figure out what our plan is with this, but we're just about to start cutting shit. We're gonna test out on that side first before we jump over to this side. And yeah, hopefully it comes out clean. I'm gonna show you guys right now once it's cut, but
What's going on, player?
alright players, time to get the professional glasses on. OSHA approved. We put a new tape on it and this is where we're gonna make the first cut, so let's see how it comes out. Hopefully this shit doesn't look dumb. And if it does, it doesn't matter because it's Beto's car anyways. Now it's time to cut for real.
Them hood vibes.
Where's it at?
The ghetto bird.
Alright players, we just did a thing right now. This is a thing. Does it look fine right there? That's the 2 inches. This is what we ended up going with, alright? So pretty much we cut the fender, pulled it out. We cut it to round as possible as we could pretty much. And our gap here is 1.5 inches. So from there, I'm gonna cut this little shit to like 1.5 inches because right now we did it to 2, but it was too big. So we're gonna do 1.5. I'm gonna cut it and I'm gonna tack it probably like right there and right there. And then we're gonna start shaping the flare onto there. We're gonna tack it all in place first just so we could see like what it would look like. And if Beto likes it, then that's pretty much what we're gonna go with. So we're gonna do that side first. That's pretty much the test side. And if he likes it, then on to the next side, I guess. All right, guys, we got it prepped a little bit, and pretty much gonna get it tacked in right here at this point. These two little plates right here are 1.5 inches, and we went 5 inches from the body line down on the front and the back, and then this little where this cut is, it's 1.75 inches, and then these are 1.5 inches. So I'm about to tack these in place, and then we're gonna throw the flare on and make some cuts for the corners and see what it looks like.
Doing the same thing or what?
Yeah, it's just too hot. Alright guys, wide body betos in full effect pretty much. Check this thing out. We had to cut it in half just because we're just freeballing this thing pretty much, and I think it looks pretty dope. It's already sticking out more than the back is, so. Alright guys, we're making this semi-permanent. And if you don't like it, now you have to like it. Looks cool, huh?
Damn, it looks clear as fuck.
Alright, el guaration. Sleep. What do you think, Beto?
So what did you want to push out, Fred?
I wanted to push out the face,
This?
yeah. But yesterday you're fucking crank.
You're pressing the panels on.
Alright guys, that's where it goes. There's no going back from here on. What do you think, Betons?
It's looking good.
Pretty much all tacked into place. We cut it down the middle, kind of like whatever right here, and this is the only corner that we got to make a little piece for. But other than that, we flared it out 1.5 inches, inch and a half.
But it went up like...
But it went up like fucking however long this thing is. So look, there's already the other piece right there, pretty much. Boom. Once we get it all pretty much welded in place, maybe we'll get the tire on it.
Ready or what? You guys ready?
What?
Everything we did
For
wrong
him
is
to
gonna get
fucking
pointed out
roast
right
and point out every bad thing on here.
now. I'm not gonna point out shit. I didn't think I didn't see you doing that.
Alright, players. As you can see, tacked a million times already. Probably should give it a few minutes to cool down actually. It's not too hot. I've been going back and forth, but there's our pretty much the shape. The tough part is gonna be matching this side to the other side now. Pretty much you gotta get it as perfect as possible so it doesn't look dumb. But yeah, I really like how it looks. I wanna see what it looks like.
See how it looks like with a tire on.
Yeah, with the tire on it now. Should probably cut these off in a bit. Or I'll probably just wait till finish welding it. I'll have to cut off these things. But alright, players. Next day, next morning, Beto's out working. Lay this paper out. We're pretty much tracing out all over the whole flare from what we did yesterday, and we're gonna be laying it out on the opposite side. Try to get it as a perfect match on both sides as possible. And yeah, I kind of laid out some numbers over here, same numbers we were using yesterday, and I just decided probably this would be an easier way to transfer it more precisely, I guess you'd say. But yeah, I'm gonna get this a little bit trimmed more, like pretty much where the weld line is, and then I'll transfer it to the other side opposite, and then we'll see how the other side begins.
Oh, mark an inch and then mark the 2.5 or whatever, Fred.
Alright guys, so pretty much laying out the first cut like we did on the other side. We're gonna pull this out the 1.5 inches like we did on the other side, and then we'll weld it in place just so it doesn't move, and then we'll cut this, the template from the other side. That's where our flare is gonna bolt up to, weld up to. So pretty much exact same thing as we did on the other side, on this side now. All right, guys, got the next piece pretty much wobbling around over here, and just gonna have to cut a little line here, and this is all gonna come out. I'm gonna show you guys right now. This is what it looks like. All right, guys, got the first piece in place. We're doing the same thing how we cut the flare in half. Got this one tacked. Pretty much gonna cut all this extra shit off here and get it like a butt weld all the way across. Well, mostly like a butt weld. And then the same thing with the other side. We're gonna fit it up. We leave this piece a little loose so it has more of like a natural start to the flare. But yeah, Beto's finally back. It was take your son to work day, so came back eating as always. Got this side pretty much almost done, and now it's just been going back and forth. Now that we got, well, when we had it all tacked in place, I was going back and forth from each side, finishing up this side because it still got a lot of work, mostly in like the corners and like stuff where the gaps were at. Still gotta work on those slowly, but just trying to work on it pretty slow so I don't warp it too much, you know. It's a lot of welding to do, and I'm gonna have to grind a lot too, so just keeping you guys updated as I go. Alright, players, day 3, and we pretty much finished welding both fenders. Beto already took them off because we wanted to clean up the insides of them. You can see like the little leftover of the flares. You can see where all the welds are, and I'm pretty much just gonna cut the insides off, clean it up in here, get this little flap off, and then same thing on the other side. I'm cutting it right now. Pretty much cutting along the outside of the weld, and then just smoothing it out in here, and then clean it up so we could paint the inside because this shit's kind of crusty. I don't know what else we're doing to it. Oh, I also gotta weld these little corners because we kind of cut them for like relief, so it was easier to pull out the lip. And so now that it's in place, I gotta fill this gap and then weld this close. Same thing on the other one. And then right here I cut a little bit to pretty much got these things all nice and prepped up finally, and we're about to spray primer on them. Same thing with this side, just like spray can primer. And then we're gonna shoot like the bed liner. I forget what it's called, but it's like that bed liner material. It's like thick and like textury. I'm about to knock this out real quick. Alright guys, got this one pretty much done. You can see it's just like a light coat because it's just primer. Beto got his side done. Already looks way nicer. And yeah, so we're about to start setting up the bed liner so we could just start spraying the inside and seeing how it comes out afterwards. Alright players, this is what we're going to be using right here. This Raptor, whatever, protective coating, whatever, and this, the hardener for it. You gotta make sure to shake the hell out of this thing, because if it doesn't mix right, it's gonna come out whack and watery. I heard him. Watch your not good. Okay, you're actually supposed to pour it in this one. And then mix it again. Oh boy. I'm gonna snap. Dark. Huh? Dark. Zoom in and then hold the focus. That's way more than enough, dude. Alright, playas, pretty much done. Letting it dry now. You can see this shit looks dope. It's all clean. And yeah, same thing with the other side. So now the only thing is, these are the front ones. The front flares, you remember the two pieces, the metals that we actually use. This piece pretty much. Beto's getting wider ones for the back. And they haven't got here yet, so pretty much, I don't know if that's it for this week on these until he gets the next ones or what. I don't know what the plan is yet, but pretty much I'm gonna just continue this video once we get the other ones and we start working on the back flares. So catch you guys on the next day.